MTECH Industries here with some interesting breakthroughs to show you. Some things will be kept secret, and the first of which is a demonstration of how you can receive radio signals through the earth ground, which is what my transmitter technology utilizes. So I'll turn this radio on. As you see, we're not receiving that well. I connect the earth ground, and it gets better.
Watson grabbed the offensive rebound. 16 on the shot clock. Morgan Zag out from the ball.
Anyway, that demonstrates that.
So now we'll get Zaga offensive.
I'll show you the other interesting thing. Put this guy away. And if you don't believe any of this, feel free to read up Eric Dollard's telluric research. Here's my receiver. I will connect earth ground to it. Literally just a receiver coil. And he is lit by himself, and the transmitter is not on. This literally goes to a special exotic rock I found in a river. I knew what type of rock I was looking for. It's a type of rock in an old radio book that amplifies radio signals from the earth itself. I'm not going to tell you what that is at this point because I should be charging a lot of money for it. But here's an example. And this just terminates into the ground of my desk. As you can see, that light is lit with no input. We do not have our transmitter on. This is true electricity from the earth. Unplugged, it goes out. I just bring the wire near it, it starts to glow. Connected, it lights. Give you a nice good look at that. There's the exotic rock that's doing that. As you can see, the leads are not. The leads are touching the rock, and I had to get that adjusted just right for the light to light. It was some kind of point contact situation occurring. And again, that's just the receiver. Receiver is lit between earth ground, which is my heater, which goes to my well, and the antenna end goes to my special rock, which is acting as a diode or an amplifier, or maybe a combination of both, and it goes to the metal desk, which is acting as an antenna. So antenna, amplifier slash diode, coil, receiver coil, earth ground. Really not that much to it. And you can tune it by bringing your hand close to it and touching the coil. As you see, it'll get brighter or dimmer depending on what you do. And that's power coming right out of the earth. And sometimes it'll pulse or flash really bright. And those are probably from energy anomalies within the earth. And it's also, if you smack it, it'll get brighter too, which is interesting. Any type of jitter effect seems to activate it more. So, got a bucket of rocks here from my local river I was messing with. And the one that ended up working the best was this tiny little one. As you can see. Similar to how a crystal radio used to work when people used to build them. So disconnected, we lose the light. Connected. And if you don't know, this is similar to the Moray Valve in its infancy. Instead of lighting a 100-watt light bulb, we're dimly lighting an LED from an earth ground connection and the antenna of the desk, the isolated metal of the desk antenna. So anyway, I'll turn the transmitter on. So this is receiving power out of the earth. I'm not spending anything to get this. Like, this is literally getting power for nothing. Transmitter is not on. Nothing is on. That's my oscilloscope. Interesting to note, when I turn the transmitter on to extremely low power, 10 volts, 203 milliamps. Let's get it under 200 milliamps. Watch how bright my received power is. Look at that. All from my amplifier stone. And if I touch it, it'll get even brighter. And this coil was constructed with 16 gauge wire. They can be constructed very cheaply. And you have a diode come off each end in opposite directions. They're 1N4148 diodes. One comes off one way, one comes off the opposite way. As you see, there's our stone. I will disconnect from our amplifier stone. We still have power, but it's not nearly as bright. Amplifier stone connected, much brighter. Look at that. That's how much of a difference the amplifier stone is making. And that we gained much more power without any load increase to the transmitter. Now check this out. Is that bright enough yet? I could run a 120 volt bulb there if I wanted. I'm close to popping that LED. Check this out. I just get this other guy close and look. Certain minerals will amplify and reflect and retransmit this type of energy just by themselves. Look at that, just from me touching it. And that one gets brighter too, because everything's being better grounded. That is bright. This was something else I was messing with that did not work. It failed. I thought I could make a coil completely self-powered by coating it with a material that glowed in the dark. Completely failed on that one. So back to the drawing board on that. I found that the most simplex solutions seem to be the ones that work, aka the amplifier stone. Should just stick to the books. But it's good to experiment. So anyway, I can connect this just up to any piece of metal and it should light. Here we go, that's lit. Pretty bright. All that radiant energy. I can make good contact. There it is. I'm pretty far from the transmitter. I have the confirmed range now up to 1,500 feet with a ground and an antenna, a small one. So again, do some more cool tests. Just my cat saying hello. Say hi! How you doing? These little receivers, which are even more simple. Here's the waves coming off. We're transmitting at 1.15 megahertz into the earth. Beautiful waves. There we go. That's what we want. Good old pulsed DC. Loves graphite too. Look at that. I discovered graphite is like a super material for receiving the energy. Insane. Show you something else even crazier. Graphite. Unscrew this light bulb. One hand, check this out. That's how much we're receiving from the graphite. That's an incandescent bulb lighting up in my hand. I could turn this up even more if I wanted. Just afraid I'm gonna pop that light over there. Oh my god, that's bright. There we go. Figure this out. Look at that. I'm pretty far away. Bet you will glow on the earth. Yep. Those are more wireless LED receivers. Whole chain of them. Love that amplifier rock. Gonna connect just to I have to put you down for a second. I'll do an experiment here. Got lights. I'm gonna crank the transmitter and see what it can do. See what we can do now. Could have sworn that's dimly lit. Discharge into the coil, maybe. Whoa, that's bright. Ooh, ooh, that was lit. It was lit. There it is, look at that. It is dimly lighting. It's lit. Anyway, I think you get the idea. Hook back up to our amplifier stone. Ugh, that's bright. All that radiant energy. Loves the this is just an earth grounded receiver that greatly increases the radiant energy effect. Whoa. Check this out. Nuts, huh? I'm gonna just pick this up and walk away with it. Just a wireless receiver. Still at 1.1 megahertz. Show you the incredible range. And that wall back there is probably interfering a little bit with it. Absolutely mind-bending. In case for whatever reason you're still in doubt, check this out. Just have to bear with me as I do things one-handed. Get this 150 watt halogen lit to full intensity. And look where that's lit from. The energy's rebounding between transmitter and receiver. And it only costs us 300 milliamps. It only costs us an extra 300 milliamps to get that to full intensity. It's hot. Probably cook an egg on that. Whole room's lit up. No degradation on this. That's our amplifier stone. I'll disconnect that and show you that at the end of the video. What was that? Graphite. Here's the thing that'll hurt your head. A bucket of water. Look at that. Oh, I don't get zapped because it's safe. Figure that out. Touch it on different rocks. It's just glowing near the rocks. Look at that. Rocks do give off energy when stimulated properly. So the doubters and haters can choke on that. Rocks are retransmitters of radiant energy. This isn't your normal type of electricity, by the way. And we're still doing all that while running a 150 watt incandescent load between one wire of the receiver, one wire of the transmitter. So it's technically going through the earth to do that. Still maintain all our impressive effects. Range is about, the true wireless power range is about 8 feet. But then once you add the ground connection, our little antenna, the range can go up to 1,500 feet, and you can get this to full intensity. Damn, that's bright. So I think you get the point. Absolutely get the point. There's no limit. We'll tone it down. Tone it down. Shut it off. That's very hot. Turn the light back on. Turn you off. Just so there can be absolutely no doubt. This is turned all the way down. Nothing. We'll even unplug it. It's unplugged. And that should be shutting off. There we go. So, here's the true free energy. That is receiving power from the earth at this spot. This is a Moray Valve similarity breakthrough. Sometimes it'll pulse really bright with power. I'm trying to see if I can film that effect when it pulses like that. Every so often it'll pulse really bright. Like it picks up an energy anomaly. Maybe if I touch the outside. Ooh, it's kind of blinking just from me touching the outside. Because I'm changing the inductance. You see it blinking. It's definitely blinking. I'll shut all the lights off so you can see that. There's no power on in this room anymore. There's nothing on except this free energy light. Hey, he's definitely blinking. Some tests are best done at night. Anyway, that's true raw free energy. Oh, and I tested this deep in the woods with a ground rod and a mini antenna. Still works just the same. I even tested this in my solar shed too. So it's picking up something from space or the Earth. Anyway, light back on. Turn all the lights back on. Pages of notes. You can see Light is still visible. I'll give you guys a look at that special stone. Now that the stone is disconnected, the light is out. I connect the stone. Ready? I'll just touch it to the stone and look. And you get the spot just right, it'll get very bright. Connected back to the stone. Anyway, I was going to give you guys a look at that stone. I'm not telling you what it is yet though, because it's a secret. Here's the stone. Very light, porous material. It almost kind of decays when you connect to it. But it has the best effects as an amplifier so far. There's probably better ones out there. So we're connected back up. It's important the clips don't touch. And you get it just right. Like when the teeth dig into the stone just right, that light will get very bright. But anyway, that's all I wanted to show. And I sell this complete kit for $350 plus shipping. Comes with the transmitter you see here. It comes with everything you see here. And you can add the ball or not have the ball. The ball would increase the price, but you still get just about the same effects without the ball. It just boosts the range a little bit. So the kit, $350 without the ball. $380 with the ball. So anyway, what do you get for $350? For $350, you get this exactly as you see it, plus 3 of these, plus the variable DC supply to run it. For $360, you'll get the ball, and it won't be, well, it'll be properly adhesed on. This one's just like this from my experiments. Anyway, hope you enjoy the vids, and if you want to help go fund this research, there's links in the description. Feel free to like, subscribe, and I appreciate all the support. My work is based off of the electrical titans that gave us all of our modern world. It's in the description of the video. Special thanks to all those who came before. And yeah, that about wraps it up.